Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio. Place where knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born Allah. And we definitely got a blessing from our ancestors, a blessing from our spirit guides and spirit team. We got the trillist of the trill. We got a trillist in the building. You understand what I'm saying? We got a trillist. We got an alchemist. We got our godmama. We got Big Mama in the house. You understand? We got a healer. We got an educator. We got an inspirer. We got a motivator. We have a foundational piece of restoring our sacred family back to its divine order in the building. So we got Texas Trillist CEO of Trill Alchemy, my sister and your sister, the goddess Ra Bey in the building.
Thank you. Well, you killing all other shows' introductions. I just want you to know you you win hands down. Thank you for having me though. Peace, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great night. How you
Make it
been?
easy. I'm good. We ain't been together in the same space since March of last year. And I
I,
don't think you've been on the platform since I was looking back, I was like, now for real? February? You
was it
know, so
February?
yeah.
That's too
Because that last
long.
conversation was like, I'm doing something in March and you gotta be there. Remember? So yeah,
You're
that's
right.
wow.
Okay. Well, this
And you
we
said I
long
gave an
overdue.
introduction. Right. You said I gave an introduction. You gave the trillist of the trillist of the trillist royal goddess intro out there. You understand what I'm saying? Live in the flesh. You know, people still tell me and still talk about that moment when you walked in, and gave us that trill alchemy that only you could do.
That was a good event. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Let me know next time you got something going, please, and thank you.
Definitely. So how you been and stuff?
I've been incredible. 2020 ain't let up on me, ain't showed me no slack in comparison to nobody else. But it's been a transformative year. I've had some of my highest highs and lowest lows and biggest triumphs this year. I relocated. I'm in nature. I'm out by the river now. So gotta get people out here for some of this healing out in nature. But life it's been everything beyond what I needed it to be. This year has absolutely. I think you're on mute. Well, I guess I'll just keep my intro going. You want me to keep my intro going? Like you might be having technical difficulties. I I don't know if you froze up or what, brother. But for anybody who's watching, I am Ra Bey of Trill Alchemy. I am a psychic surgeon, master energy healer. I do what I call tarot therapy. And I have been doing this for about 10 years. I'm in the Texas area. I was in Dallas, but now closer to San Antonio. But I work with people from all over the world. And just this work is really about you finding, tapping into, reacquainting yourself with the trillest aspects of yourself, of your soul, your identity, your authenticity, without all the masks and the false beliefs that we carry around. Are you back, brother? Hello.
Yeah, this my connection was tripping.
I'm like, I'm on the spot. I gotta carry the show. I'm gonna have to break out a song and dance in a minute. Start DJing, do the
Right,
robot for
right.
y'all.
That's it.
Okay, back to you.
So with the shifts that have been taking place that we see, what kind of space should we be in, and how could what you do with your alchemy kind of guide us into preparation, right, and acknowledgement of the shifts that are taking place?
I think people need so one thing I tell everybody right now about everything that's going on is that the line has clearly been drawn in the sand. And we have to understand that if you chose to incarnate here during this time period, it's for a very, very specific purpose. And if you ask what kind of energy you should be in, you should be in a revolutionary energy, but not revolutionary maybe in the same terms as you've always thought of it, about fighting a physical battle and making things happen in the physical realm. It's a spiritual revolution. It's a spiritual war that we are winning, and I don't give a damn what they try to make you believe. And you can tell that we are winning because the powers that be, the media, the leadership, everybody's grasping for straws right now. So if you're here right now, you got to understand that you came here to help facilitate a major pole shift. We haven't had one of these in 800,000 years, and we have been under an influence of a reverse polarity. When I say reverse, it's reverse and opposite of what God's kingdom polarity is, of righteousness. Okay, and it's time for that. It's time for that to be reversed, and that's what's happening right now. So I posted something. I think it was last week, about how the magnetic field of Earth is diminishing right now. And as it diminishes, it causes the North and South Pole to actually flip axes. And that's what I'm talking about in a very physical representation of it. But it's also representative of us flipping back and going back to what's called the Golden Age. So you are here to be revolutionary minded. So whatever you got to do to make sure that your spirit is intact and whole, and you need to really be mindful of choosing which side you're going to represent, because the line has been drawn in the sand. And I know it's a lot going on in the physical realm in terms of illness and what they're trying to perpetuate, but all of that is of a spiritual nature and has a spiritual purpose for what's playing out right now.
Okay, okay. Just want to make sure what I was feeling is what you was feeling. You understand? Because if you wasn't feeling what I was feeling, I was adjusting my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
adjust,
that's
tweak.
real. And
Okay.
but I got the inside scoop on it. I think maybe last time I was on here, I talked a little bit about some of the plant medicine work. But when I was in my last plant medicine ceremony, the creator came through and made sure to articulate to me, like, etched it in my heart in fire, that God always wins, no matter what. And I was told, you about to see some shit pop off, and it's gonna make you think that we not winning, but I always win. And all of this is set up for the purpose of me to win. So you better pick which side you riding with. No fear. Fear is not
That's
of
right.
God.
That's right. That's right. I looked on your website and I seen this transformational trillism that took place also. So you wasn't playing around with none of the shift that was going on. You understand? You were shifting and rebranding and you know re-imaging and all of that. What was that process like for you?
Oh, it's something that I have been wanting to do for a minute. My brand, I really just birthed this brand like maybe 2 years ago. And before that, I had no brand identity. I was just like, I don't know what I'm just healing people. You know, I hadn't tapped into my own trill. And so that process has been excruciating at times because I had to really, really be honest with myself about some fears that I had and where I was playing small and being a coward. And I had to work through those and build my confidence up. And, you know, everything that my clients go through and I help people through, I had to really, really take that medicine myself. So yes, I am rebranding. I'm venturing out. I'm going to be, one of the prayers I prayed this year was I want to be of greater service to my people, whoever those people are that come to me. And so this is part of that expression and me moving in that direction. So I am excited. I haven't even officially launched the website. I haven't announced it, but you went on and checked it out. I appreciate that.
I love it. I mean, I love what's happening. I love what's going on. You know, you coached me through a very, very, very testing and trying both sides, physically, you know, and spiritually. Like you coached me through, you know, a very, very, what they call it, fork in the road, where you could go this way or that way. And, you know, I told you where I was versus where I was supposed to be going. You know what I mean? And that challenge led me to where I am today, you know, with that hitting that fork in the road, you know, because when we deal with things most of the time from a very recluse type of situation. All of our cultural tools and all of that shit goes out the window when we're ailing. You understand what I'm saying?
For
Like,
real.
our allies, our spirit team, we don't want to hear shit from nobody. We want to be recluse and we want to hurt. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? We want to hurt and it don't matter what's going on, blah, 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 whatever. Anybody can offer you anything. It don't mean nothing. You in that space of hurt. You just want to hurt, you know. You want to woe is me in that space. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Wallowing in the thing that's preparing you for your next ascension, unbeknownst to you. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes you could have that knowledge and forget it in that space. You can get lost in that space. And I was in that space, heavily entrenched in there, like, like maybe this my karma, from, a few incarnations back, and maybe this is all I'm just supposed to be. And you was like, hell nah, first of all. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so like it was refreshing to hear that, that voice of God to pull you out of the depths. Like, I ain't call you here for this.
You
You know what
know,
I'm saying?
and if that had been your karma, I would have told you. But that was not assigned to you. Nah, you was claiming something that wasn't even for you.
Right. And like to hear my mother and to see my mother, you know, come to you through you to say, tell him to get his ass up and let's go. No, let's go. You
I
see what I'm saying?
forgot about that.
Yeah.
I've
So
been forgetting.
it led to so many things after. And just imagine how many people are out there with people all around them and nobody is that reminder. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody needs a reminder. So in this shift that took place for me seeing, when everything was locked down, I saw a bunch of repair. I saw a bunch of teamwork. I saw a bunch of adaptability. I saw flexibility. I saw things going from potential to actuality. You see what I'm saying? So I saw a lot of that. And I saw availability. And then, you sitting down with people who might just be getting introduced to their children. They didn't had their children their whole life, right? And they just might have got a chance to know them. And their children know them. Because in most cases, coming out of the womb, we're carting them someplace. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I gotta go. I'm already ready to go. You can't even say bye to your children. You like, get out. I'm 20 minutes late in the traffic. And you understand what I'm saying? So with this, slowing down, and returning to a natural center. The focus has been, amazing. Like, okay, you might have discovered, oh, my children don't fuck with me like that. Like, oh, I thought I knew my children's study habits. Oh, I thought I knew, their interest and what they liked. And, these things could have been revealed. Like, okay, like, all right, we got this
Yeah.
back and forth. Again,
There's no hiding.
right.
This has been, and it has a lot to do. I'm not an astrologer, but I do know that there have been a lot of placements that have been about exposure,
Mm-hmm.
um, and revolution. And to me, it's been the ultimate exposure. And a lot of people that's losing it have never been exposed to themselves and the truth of who they are. And they had to really sit with themselves and look at themselves in the mirror and call
Right.
themselves on their bullshit. And a lot of times they couldn't, they weren't prepared for it.
Mm.
It's been a period of necessary dissolution. Like anything that's not like, I feel like the intentions that I have set during this period have been, number one, so focused, and I have been so confident in those intentions that
Mm.
the manifestation of anything that's not in alignment with those having to fall off. And when I say that, I'm talking about family, I'm talking about close relationships, I'm talking
Right.
about things that I held sacred at some point, but it's been like God came in and swept it out. And so the clarity, I'm so grateful for this year. I don't care
I
what
had a
nobody
good
say.
time. I had the definition of a good time. You understand? Like praising that mother force, that corona force, that crown,
Yeah.
showing you whether you was fit to wear the crown or not. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, this black woman is not playing with us. You understand? I'm like, they like, man, how you talking about praise corona? I'm like, do you understand? Like, did you see what happened or did you miss it? Like, did
Right.
you see some of these people I was across from and having to meet and seeing this place shift from physical to mental to emotional to psychological to spiritual revolution before your eyes, or you don't know what happened.
All these years I spent as a conspiracy theorist, right? And I had all these theories, and to see the manifestation of, like, okay, this is what this looks like in
Hmm.
real life and in real time. It's something that I never thought. I thought it would be like in my son's generation,
Right,
So I'm honored. Honored. I'm
right.
honored to have stuck to my assignment enough. We raised the collective vibration enough to reach a critical mass to where things had no other choice but to shift. I'm honored. Pat yourself on the back.
Right. Or the forehead, you
On
know.
the forehead.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
transformation has definitely been true. I was thinking, from March to March. I know we in December, but from March to March, we
Mm,
were together in March, and then a year later, the same place we were at, nobody could go into.
couldn't go in.
You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm like, this happened and this happened. Like we made history here, and we couldn't even physically go there the next year.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that becoming unbreakable was preparation. Now it's like spirit's like, prove it, nigga. Like you know what I'm saying? Like like, are you truly unfuckwittable? Let's see.
Yeah. Let's
Let's
see. Let's
see.
see. Cause I'm finna fuck with you. I'm finna fuck with you real tough, real quick. Let's
Real
see what you
tough.
made of.
Right.
And all these people, man, I always ask people, where is God in your reality? Because it's
Right.
been a lot of people that talked that God talk, and now
Right.
that you have to really walk the walk, and you got to hold God and the faith of God and the promise of God in your heart,
Right.
in your mind, in your tongue,
Right.
in everything. They ain't nowhere to be found. They up somewhere, cowered behind a mask. They somewhere waiting on the vaccine rollout. They somewhere, woe is me to death.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. God got real. Got real trill this year. So Yeah.
Yeah, the adaptableness, the pure focus and intention, like setting intentions, like you were speaking about, like being real deliberate and real careful about what you want to bring into, you know, your circumference and around your family. Like it's been real, like for real. Like all right, let's go. Like oh word.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Like so, I was like, wait a minute, numbers are lying to me right now. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you sitting with people and they're like, oh, I got X amount of this or that and this and that. But I'm like, they're asking me like, well, how did you? I'm like, how didn't you? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I'm like, you're supposed to have this, and like, so people were wallowing over, just like you were saying, like things in their life that didn't really have any purpose if it wasn't purposeful, and if you
Mm-hmm.
weren't purposeful with what you received. So I'm like, okay, let's roll. We're gonna roll with it, and I didn't have more celebrations this year than I think I had in the last 25 years.
I'm telling you.
Like I'm celebrating. I'm like, oh, okay, just for the celebrate. I was like, oh snap, 2,000 episodes. All right, we
Yeah.
celebrate. You see
And
what I'm saying?
it's not to minimize anybody's loss either. I know
Right.
people have been experiencing a great, a lot of ordeal and turmoil. But man, if you don't see and cannot grasp the blessing that comes, like I was telling somebody this yesterday, like we were talking about wisdom, and he was giving me, he was like, man, since this time, he was saying 2018, he was like, your wisdom has just expanded just almost exponentially. And I was like, because I didn't been down to the bottom and
Right.
had to build myself up. And we talked about that vessel, and I was like, you can't hold gold on a paper plate. Your
Hmm.
vessel has to be worthy of the weight of the wisdom. Okay, we're moving into a golden age where wisdom is going to be paramount. There won't be any we won't be falling victim to false information and false ideology and false
Right.
belief. Your wisdom and your knowing is going to be so intact and so aligned with truth that won't even stand a chance. But your vessel has to be worthy, it has to be tempered. It
Right.
has to be pure enough. It has to be strong enough to carry the weight of that wisdom. People better pull them nuggets out of this situation and stop tripping, because there's plenty of them
Right. They're
through the
waiting for
loss.
normal. Yeah, they're waiting for normal again. Like I'm waiting for things to get back to normal.
Ew, ew.
Like,
I don't want it.
I'm like, oppression is normal, like bondage, servitude. Is that's not normal? Does that come from you? Does that emanate from your bloodline? Like, no,
It,
no, this is abnormal. This is like real abnormal. This is not like you. You know what I mean? When they tell you like this is not like you, you're not like yourself. Yeah, this is not it.
you're not yourself right now. And if they really think they want normal back, but if they really knew what the other side is trying to push with the agenda, with the socialized income and everybody get a flat check every month and it's based
Mhm.
on the, if they knew what that normal was that they really wishing for, what it could look like. Mm-mm. No, I don't want no parts of it.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, so yeah, we here. We
right.
here.
So you got some amazing things in the works. I know you can't share everything, but can you share one or two things with us to look forward to you on this roadmap and unveiling, walking into
Yes,
2020?
absolutely. Well, I want to let everybody know I have a class that is available. I haven't launched many classes, but when I do launch something, it is because I see a need, and so I have a class. That teaches you how to do your own divination. So I have people that come to me all the time. Sis, I need you to read for me. I need you to tell me what's going on. And I always try to empower my clients, do your own divination. And I spoke about this the other day, how important being able to do divination. So when I say divination, this is, being able to get an answer from spirit and interpret it clearly, okay, without somebody else telling you what it means. So I'm teaching a class on I Ching divination. I Ching is derived from the Odu Ifa, but it's just a condensed version. It's a very easy and practical form of divination, but that contains ancient wisdom. I teach the class on video. You can be done with it in about an hour and a half and be ready to really, start taking some accountability for that area, that practice, that part of your magic yourself. I know that 2021, that's something that I've been encouraging all of my clients to do. Like, step your divination game up. Whether it's with tarot, whether it's with I Ching, whatever it is, get you a system in place that you are building your own confidence in. So that's one thing. I got the it's called Divining with the I Ching class. It's on my website, trillalchemy.com. I am also always doing long distance and in-person energy sessions. I can say that since I have been out here in my new environment, my intuition has been spots. If you thought it was cold before, it's been spot on, and been doing a lot more channeling in the sessions. So, anybody that's looking to get more in-depth work beyond just a reading and get some of those blockages not only identified, but actually cleared out and removed, and get your chakras rebuilt, get your messages from spirit, because they always come through with exactly what you need to hear, then you can definitely book a session with me for that. And besides that, I will be launching my YouTube channel. The channel is launched, but I'm going to start doing readings for the collective in January. I've been getting asked all the time, when you gonna go on YouTube? So that's part of me expanding my service, the capacity of my service. And then next year, this is something that's further down the line, but it's definitely in the works. Looking more into, I'm going to actually be developing my own ministry, and it's going to be based around not just healing with energy, but healing with plant medicines as well. So that's everything from ayahuasca, psilocybin, the toad. They have been influential. I mean, I'm talking about, hands down, I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am without the assistance of these plant medicines. And they have been gifts to me. I'm going to be spending some time in Brazil in March with some of the village medicine women, medicine men and medicine women, getting some authentic training on how to conduct these ceremonies. And that's something that I'm going to be offering next year as well. So we're building and expanding, and serving.
That's amazing right there. Okay. Getting your Brazilianaire on. About to be a Brazilianaire. Okay.
I went one time before in 2016 for some spiritual healing work, and it was life changing, but this is something totally different. And I'm blessed to be able to even be invited to go do it. Ooh, let me plug my phone up. Hold on. You good? We can keep talking.
Okay. Yeah. The doors are opening that wasn't open before, because we're in a space to actually walk through those doors. You know what I'm saying? Rejection is a blessing sometimes. You might look at it and say, okay, well, it's not in this season, or it's not in this time, and blah, blah, blah. You can get yourself down on that, or you can get better. You can elevate. You
Yeah.
can prepare yourself so when the opportunity comes. I had an interview with my brother, Lord Jamar, right before the whole COVID situation started. And I waited for that interview for 5 years. I seen him on platforms and all kind of stuff. We was back and forth. All right, let's set it up. All right, what's up with the date and the time? That took 5 years. You understand what I'm saying? And he's been on twice this year already. So it's a difference between, that time. And I look back, I'm like, okay, I was on Blog Talk and all of that. So it wouldn't have been the ideal situation for me then. So he
You're,
made a shift, I made a shift, and then, all of that came back around again to see it, again.
you had
So
to
it's like,
prepare your vessel.
right,
Your vessel wasn't ready to even receive him on your platform yet, you know?
right.
Can you
Yeah.
still hear me okay?
Yes, I hear you fine.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Well, congratulations on that. Congratulations on that shift you've done. You've been doing incredible work internally, and the external reflection is very clear. So hats off to you.
It's definitely been the journey. Been trail, like you said. It's been
Ain't no
trail.
other word for it. It's
Right.
like
But it's been life changing, life altering, and life elevating too, at the same time. So each lesson was a blessing, whether I seen it as a blessing at the time or not, you know, reflection. Hindsight being 2020, since everybody was 2020 vision. And, you know, I
Mhm.
think when you went back to 2018, 2019 was a month for everybody. You see what I'm saying? Like that was a serious year, 2019. Like so in that space between 2018 and 2019, a lot of things was in preparation for 2020. And they like, man, I thought 2019 was something. So what is this telling us? You see what I'm saying? Like there's no easy way out in this. You
Yeah.
gotta
You
deal with it. Go ahead.
the work is too important. Like you didn't come here to just coast right now. This is not a coasting era right now. It's an era of revolution. And you ain't never seen no revolution where people didn't die,
Right,
where there wasn't losses, where there
right,
wasn't chaos, where there
right,
wasn't a period of recovery, and
right.
then you have the pinnacle of what you was fighting for. But man, people we are so conditioned to, and I'm gonna tell you, this new age shit is detrimental because everybody wants. I used to pray for ease and grace. I used to be like, ease and grace, God, that's all I want is ease and grace. I just want this shit. It's just I'm gonna manifest it. It's gonna fall in my lap, and because I'm in alignment. That is some bullshit. That is not what you came here to do. That is just one facet of God. But if you don't think that God is gritty, that God got heart, that God got nuts, that God let them hang in motherfucking space, that God build shit out the mud, out of darkness.
Right.
Like, come on, like, don't sell yourself short and play yourself short with this one the coast, because that ain't even what you came here to do, like straight up. And that's some shit I had to reconcile.
Right.
That was a part of my vessel that wasn't prepared to hold what I had been praying for. I had been praying for all this expansion, abundance, impact. But I didn't want to put the grit and the fight in for it. I
Right.
thought I was beyond that. No, you're not. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Mm.
You are not. Do the work. Do the work, because as soon as you make a choice to do the work, even before you actually put in the actual physical work, but even when you make the choice and say, I'm whatever the work is and the assignment is, I'm here to do it. It starts changing things in an instant.
Right.
Instant. Instant. You open up. It's like you send out. You really confirm the invitation. It's like, okay, well, here's my stamp RSVP. I am showing up. Other than before that, you ain't even replied really. God is like, man, I don't even know if they about it or not. They might not show up. Them niggas don't be showing up. They be saying they coming. Them niggas don't be showing up. Yeah, I heard them ask who all gonna be there. They ain't ready. Who gonna be there? Man, please. Yeah.
That's real.
So yeah, that's where we at. I'm ready for 2021. I ain't making no resolutions. I'm just I'm just gonna ride the wave as it come in, and show up however I need to. And that's
Mm.
all I can do.
All right. Before we wrap it up, because I know you got some things to do. Um, Give us who listening and who might get it later. some game before we get up out of here.
Just on the spot game. Like,
Okay.
you want me to just freestyle? You got to give me a topic.
Um, let's see. Well, healing work, getting that focus on healing. You know, I saw you with the goddesses. Y'all was locked and loaded, and y'all was talking about healing and why healing got to hurt so damn much. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, can we break down the healing necessity and
Okay.
the reason to fight through the hurt? So let's
The
go there.
reason to fight through the hurt is because your whole life, the hurt, you've been running from the hurt. And that's just by subconscious design. Your subconscious is designed to keep your ass alive and to keep you away from what hurts. And so, what it does is it sets up defenses, it sets up ways for you to dodge the shit. And you've been doing it your whole life. And look at where it has gotten you. Like, it's common sense. You don't keep doing the same shit and getting the same result and thinking you're going to get something different. So it is a period of revolution. Why not align yourself with the trend? I trade, right? I trade Forex, and I don't trade against what the banks are doing. I trade with the trend, okay? I'm going with the momentum. And I'm telling you, the momentum is towards revolution. It is towards an internal revolution first. That comes through healing. That comes with you facing your shit head on. That comes with you ripping the band-aid off. Sometimes you got to rip the scab off because it's it might be infected underneath. Like you got to be really, really real and have some courage right now in these days. It's no more cowering. It's no more playing a victim. Like, you will get left behind. No, that if you don't understand that this is what a transition into a 5D reality looks like, and that anybody that does not, you remember we at the amusement parks, it used to be this game that used to spin around real fast and you would get stuck to the wall and then the floor would drop,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I had a friend that tried to get in. His name was Omar. He was too fat and he was too heavy, right? And when it went around, he didn't get stuck to the wall. He dropped to the floor, and everybody else was up on the wall riding, doing what the ride was supposed to do. And that's exactly what is going to happen to people if they don't have the courage to do the alchemy. You are here
Mm.
to be an alchemist, and that is it. So alchemize as God does, create as God does, create a renewed spirit, mind, and body within yourself so that you are positioned for what's coming next.
All right. So I definitely thank you for your time. I thank you for your candor. I thank you for your jewelry. I thank you for your healing guidance and motivation for those to heal. And for those that hear it immediately, they need to get activated. And for those who need a little bit more time, I don't know why, but I guess that's how you wired. You know, um, hear this message and receive it in your season. And let's get motivated. So let people know where to find you, how to book you, all of those things right there, and social media, whatever you need to tell the people right now for them to get activated whenever they are prepared.
I'm Trill Alchemy everywhere. I'm at Trill Alchemy on Instagram, Trill Alchemy on Facebook, and trillalchemy.com. That's where you can book me. You can book a personal reading. You can book a psychic surgery session. You can sign up for my classes. I even got some products on there you can buy. So check me out, trillalchemy.com. And thank you for the opportunity again, brother. It's always a pleasure. I love you, love what you're doing. This is genuine love for you, okay? And I celebrate your success.
And I love you the same. I don't know if it's possible, but I love you the same. You understand what? I love what you're doing. I love where you're going, and I need me some of that Trill gear. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I gotta get you some. I gotta get you some. I got some stuff that's kind of masculine. I gotta get you a shirt. What size you wear?
2X.
2X. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, yeah. It's enough tidies running around here. I don't need to be in the tidy clique. You understand? Shout out to the tidy clique, but I ain't a member.
I, I wouldn't even put you no medium in the mail. I wouldn't have even did you like that. He can't rock my shit, little.
Thank you again for the love and the elevation.
Absolutely. My pleasure, my honor.
Be looking out for your YouTube. I'm in that thing.
You in there. I got you. I'm on it.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. Night in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? No more. This man's mind is open. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to
motive
the
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.